Kevin Costner is respected not because his journey was smooth, but because it never truly was. His screen presence has always felt calm, grounded, and deeply human, whether he was expressing quiet devotion in The Bodyguard, hope and belief in Field of Dreams, or moral gravity in Dances with Wolves. What audiences sensed instinctively was authenticity, shaped by years of uncertainty long before fame arrived. Costner never relied on spectacle or bravado. He relied on restraint, patience, and emotional honesty. Behind that steady exterior lived a man shaped by loss, doubt, and constant reinvention. Success gave him recognition and influence, but it never protected him from disappointment or personal sacrifice. Now, in his later years, Kevin Costner stands as proof that endurance matters more than perfection, and that continuing forward, especially when the spotlight fades, can be the bravest act of all. Childhood marked by loss and quiet resilience. Kevin Costner was born on January 18, 1955, in Lynwood, California, into a working-class family familiar with instability. His father, Bill Costner, worked physically demanding jobs to support the family, while his mother, Sharon, balanced compassion and responsibility as a social worker. Before Kevin's birth, his parents lost an infant son, a tragedy that left a permanent but unspoken presence in their home. Though rarely discussed, the loss shaped the emotional atmosphere Kevin grew up in. Love existed, but it was careful and restrained, shadowed by the fear of losing what mattered most. Even as a child, Kevin sensed that pain could live quietly beneath normal routines. This early exposure to grief taught him emotional awareness and self-reliance. He learned that strength did not always announce itself. It often existed in silence, patience, and simply continuing forward. Growing up without roots or recognition. Kevin's childhood was defined by constant movement as his family relocated repeatedly across California in search of stable work. Each move meant starting over, new schools, unfamiliar faces, and friendships that rarely lasted long enough to deepen. Naturally shy and soft-spoken, Kevin often faded into the background, overlooked by classmates and teachers alike. Popularity never found him, and attention felt foreign. Instead of speaking loudly, he observed carefully, learning to read people and situations from the edges. Church choir became one of the few spaces where he felt visible, where his presence mattered even briefly. These years of instability taught him adaptability and emotional endurance. Loneliness became familiar, but it also nurtured imagination and introspection. By adulthood, Kevin had already learned how to live with uncertainty, how to rebuild quietly, and how to stand steady without applause. Choosing risk over predictability. After college, Kevin Costner followed what appeared to be the sensible path. He earned a degree in marketing and finance, secured a corporate job, and married his college sweetheart, Cindy Silva. On the surface, his life looked stable and complete. Internally, however, something felt missing. The predictability of office life left him restless and disconnected from his true self. During his honeymoon, a chance conversation with actor Richard Burton changed everything. When Kevin admitted his desire to act, Burton encouraged him without hesitation, offering validation at a moment when Kevin needed it most. That brief exchange gave him permission to listen to his instincts. Walking away from a stable career was frightening and uncertain, but staying would have meant ignoring a deeper calling. Choosing risk over comfort marked the first defining act of courage in his adult life. Years of rejection and survival. Hollywood did not reward Kevin Costner's leap of faith with quick success. Instead, it tested his resolve relentlessly. He worked whatever jobs he could find, driving trucks, cleaning boats, and leading tours, just to pay rent and stay afloat. Auditions ended in rejection, often without explanation. Some days passed without opportunity or encouragement, only quiet doubt. One of the most discouraging moments came when his filmed scenes were cut entirely from the big chill, leaving no trace of his effort on screen. Many would have quit, but Kevin relied on endurance rather than optimism. He had learned long ago how to start over without complaint. Poverty, uncertainty, and invisibility became part of his routine. What sustained him was not confidence, but persistence. He continued showing up, trusting the consistency itself could eventually open a door. Breakthrough earned through patience. That door finally opened in 1985 with Silverado. For the first time, Kevin Costner was truly seen. His performance carried quiet confidence and emotional weight, drawing attention without demanding it. Audiences noticed, and Hollywood followed. Roles in The Untouchables and Bull Durham soon followed, each reinforcing his reputation as a grounded and believable presence. Success did not arrive explosively, but steadily, built on credibility rather than hype. With recognition came new pressure, the weight of expectations and the fear of losing what he had fought so long to earn. Yet Kevin remained deliberate, choosing roles that aligned with his values. Fame had finally arrived, but it brought vulnerability as well as relief. For the first time, he had something to protect, something that could be taken away just as easily as it appeared. Redefining storytelling with Dances with Wolves. In 1990, Kevin Costner took the greatest risk of his career by directing and starring in Dances with Wolves. The project defied Hollywood logic. A long Western, spoken partly in Lakota, focused on empathy rather than conquest. Studios doubted its appeal, and production challenges mounted. Kevin invested his own money and reputation, fully aware that failure could end everything he had built. When the film was released, it exceeded every expectation. Winning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, it reshaped how stories about history and humanity could be told. The triumph validated Kevin's belief that sincerity still mattered in cinema. Yet, success also magnified scrutiny. From that moment on, every creative decision would be judged against an almost impossible standard. Public backlash and quiet recovery. The same industry that celebrated Kevin Costner later turned sharply critical. Waterworld became a symbol of excess in public discourse, overshadowing the genuine effort and personal risk involved in its production. Headlines focused on budgets rather than dedication, and mockery replaced respect. The Postman faced similar criticism, further damaging his reputation. Opportunities slowed, and Hollywood's attention shifted elsewhere. This period echoed his early years, silence, doubt, and isolation, but with greater emotional weight. Once again, Kevin chose endurance. He returned with Open Range, a restrained and character-driven film that reminded audiences of his integrity as a storyteller. Rather than chasing redemption loudly, he reclaimed it quietly, proving that respect could be rebuilt through patience and sincerity rather than spectacle. Reinvention. Through Yellowstone and renewed purpose. When many assumed his era had passed, Kevin Costner found renewal through television. His role as John Dutton in Yellowstone resonated deeply, embodying resilience, loyalty, and moral complexity. The series became a cultural phenomenon, introducing him to a new generation of viewers. Instead of clinging to past glory, Kevin embraced reinvention. This momentum allowed him to pursue Horizon, a deeply personal project he largely funded himself. At this stage of life, success meant alignment rather than approval. He no longer chased relevance, he chose meaning. Risk no longer frightened him, stagnation did. His work reflected maturity, experience, and emotional clarity, shaped by decades of trial and reflection. Reinvention once again became an act of survival and purpose. Love, loss, and the meaning of legacy. Kevin Costner's personal life mirrored his career, shaped by love, sacrifice, and difficult balance. His first marriage to Cindy Silva lasted 16 years and produced 3 children, ending under the strain of fame and distance. Later relationships brought joy and pain in equal measure, reinforcing the cost of ambition. As a father of 7, Kevin now measures success differently. Time, presence, and responsibility matter more than applause. Aging has brought physical limits and deeper reflection, but also peace. Loss has softened him, not hardened him. Today, his legacy is not defined by awards or box office numbers, but by endurance. He rose, fell, and rose again, not by force, but by continuing. In that quiet persistence lies the true story of Kevin Costner.